Hello, my name is Jimmy Merritt. My infographic focuses on adults with autism spectrum disorder or ASD and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or ADHD. I selected Ability Works of Harrison County and Gulfport, Mississippi as the local resource. Ability Work is part of the Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services of the MDRS, and its mission is closely connected to employment, independence, and community inclusion for people with disabilities. ASRD and ADHD overview. ASD and ADHD are both neurodevelopment conditions that can continue into adulthood and affects education, employment, relationships, and daily functioning. Autism can involve different in social communication, sensory processing, flexibility, and patterns of behavior or interest. ADHD can involve persistent problems with attention, organization, impulse control, and hyperactivities. These conditions do affect every person the same way, so services should be individual rather than based on stereotypes. Research helps shows why adult services matter. Colleagues estimate about 2.21% of U.S. adults and adults living with autism in 2017. Many research has found pools of adulthood with ADHD prevalence of about 3.1% across the large body of research. These numbers shows that neurodevelopment conditions are not only childhood concerns. Many adults need continuing education, employment, support, accommodation, or vocational services. Organization and services. Ability Worker Harrison County is located at 10280 Larkersville Drive in Gulfport. The program provides vocational, accessible job training, real work experience, job readiness support, counseling, and follow up. It serves individuals with disability who need support to prepare for employment in the workforce or maintain a job. The program can be especially helpful for adults with autism because MDRS has specific statewide effort to train vocational staff to work with clients with ASD. The state vocational rehabilitation plan also describes coordination of job readiness and social skills training for individuals with autism. Adults with ADHD may qualify vocational rehabilitation when ADHD creates a substantial barrier to getting or keeping employment. How does these programs advocate? Well, Ability Work advocates for adults with disability by focusing on competitive and integrative employment. That means the goal is not simply disability specific setting. The goal is to helping the person develop skills and move forward in employment in the community alongside workers without disability. Another advocacy strength is informed choice. MDRS describes employment planning around a person's strengths, interests, resources, experiences, abilities, priorities, and concerns. This is important in social work because it respects self-determination. Instead of deciding that job a person should have, the practitioner helps the client identify goals, and reduce barriers. The assessment process. Ability works use vocational assessment rather than functioning as an autism or ADHD diagnosis client. The assessment process includes reviewing work and educational history, identifying ability and interest, observe work performance, discuss vocational goals, and evaluate work habitats. MDRS can also arrange psychological evaluation when they are necessary for vocational rehabilitation planning. One important thing is that the public, One important thing that the public MDRS information does not identify specific standard autism or ADHD diagnosis tests that ability to work administer. I think it's a professional important not to claim that the program uses an instrument such as the ADOS2 or ADHD rating scale unless the agency actually documents that practice. Evidence-based practice. The evidence-based practice approach I highlighted is support employment. Supported employment uses individual job matching, coaching, workplace training, and ongoing support to help a person obtain and maintain competitive employment. Ability Work and MDRS use these type of vocational and supported employment services. Research support this direction. Well-bonded and colleagues review vocational interventions for people with autism and other disability and found evidence that supported employment approach and programs such as Project Search can improve employment participation. For ADHD, cognitive behavioral therapy is also a well-supported clinical intervention. Liu and colleagues found that CPT can reduce core ADHD symptoms, emotional symptoms in adults. However, Ability Works is a vocational rehabilitation program, so I would not label CPT as Ability Works service unless the agency confirms that it provides that. Micro and meso and macro outcome. At the micro level, successful vocational rehabilitation can increase an individual job skills, confidence, income, independent structure, and self-determination. Employment can also strengthen a personal sense of purpose. At the meso level, outcomes can affect families, employers, co-workers, and community organizations. When adults gain employment and independence, families' caregiver strengths may decrease. Employers may also become more knowledgeable about neurodiversity and workplace accommodation. At the macro level, programs such as Ability Work can influence workplace, workforce, inclusion, and disability advocacy. Successful employment outcomes challenges stereotypes about autism and ADHD, increase the economic participation, and demonstrate the values of accessible workplace and disability policy. In closing, Ability Works provide a practical local employment example for how assessment, vocational training, supported employment advocacy, and informed choice can help adults with development disability participate more fully in their community. Thank you for watching this video. Have a great day.